If you've been thinking about a move to Chandler, Arizona, you already know that this place is extremely popular with people who are relocating to the Phoenix area. But how in the world do you choose a neighborhood? Well, that is exactly what we aim to help you do in this video. We are going to be going on a tour of 5 of the most popular neighborhoods that Chandler has to offer, so stay tuned. If this is your first time to my channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living in Phoenix, Arizona and the surrounding suburbs like Chandler, then make sure you go down below, hit the subscribe button, ring the little bells for the notifications. That way you will be the first person to know about all the goings on in the Phoenix market. My name is Brian Elder and I get calls, texts, and emails every single day from people exactly like you, and you, who are all thinking about moving to this gorgeous area. So whether you're moving in 6 days or 6 months, doesn't matter. Feel free to go down below. All of my information is in the description below and you can reach out to me and I can help you make a smooth move to the Phoenix area. Okay, so I'm coming to you from downtown Chandler. This is one of the best downtowns in all of Arizona. Lots of good food, good drink, lots of things to do down here. Very desirable place. Another example of why a lot of people love living here in Chandler. Another reason, of course, the economy. It is booming, it is diverse, high-paying jobs. Another reason to love this place. School districts, excellent. Some of the best in the state here in the city of Chandler. And of course, tons of things to do for you and your family. So it really is a great place to live. So let's talk a little bit about the neighborhoods that we're going to be touring today. These are all going to be a little bit more on the established side. So some places that were built out, some of them in the 80s and 90s, mostly through the 90s and 2000s, but no new construction today. Chandler has precious little of that left going on. Pretty much every neighborhood now is established, built out, and the neighbors are all living there and establishing their own community. So some great places to live. Can't wait to show them all to you. Let's go ahead and get started with the tour. So kicking off our tour of Chandler, we start here at the community of Pecos Ranch. And this one maybe hasn't been on your radar, not as well known as like Ocotillo and some of the other stops we're gonna make a little bit later on. But this place is fantastic. It's a smaller community, 391 homes. So not the sprawling master plan that you see around other parts of the valley, but this place is really cool. So I'm coming up to the Central Park area here. They've got some bocce ball courts, some tennis courts, a couple of horseshoe pits, and it has a community pool. And you don't see that nearly as often here in Chandler as you do in some of the newer parts of the valley, Gilbert, Queen Creek, those areas, usually the communities have a pool in them. Chandler, not always. You gotta be a little careful if that's something that you're looking for to make sure that that is indeed offered. But what this place does have that I especially love is beautiful landscaping, lots of water features, and that is headlined by the lakes. So these lakes are beautiful. They go throughout the community and they're interconnected, and there are tons of homes on the waterfront. And the thing I really like about this area is that you can actually afford one of the homes on the waterfront. You don't have to cough up $1 million. There is a home listed today that is currently going for $670,000 waterfront. It's amazing. So Pecos Ranch really has a lot going for it. It's also close to some great schools. So Jacobson Elementary is just a short drive away, as are Bogle Junior High and Hamilton High School. Again, all within the Chandler Unified School District, and they're excellent schools. You're also really close to Pecos Ranch Park. Now that's not part of the community, that is a City of Chandler park, but it's another great amenity that is adjacent to this community. So if you're not familiar with Pecos Ranch, you absolutely should take a look at this place because there's a lot of great homes in the area at a really affordable price. So just a little bit to the south of Pecos Ranch, heading down Alma School Road, you come to stop number 2 on our tour. This is the community of Ocotillo. So if you have been looking into Chandler, you have no doubt come across Ocotillo. It is one of the best places to live anywhere in the Phoenix area. So what makes this place so desirable? First of all, there's a huge variety of areas. There are 40 different communities scattered throughout this place. All of them have different HOAs. So it's a little bit different no matter where you go in the community. So if you like variety, this is a good spot for that. So in terms of housing, there are condos and townhomes that are available here. Those are going to be on the more affordable side, of course. You're looking at about $400,000 to start for those. There are single family homes starting in the mid 500 range for the smaller ones. And of course there are lakefront estates that are going to be going for $1.5 million, $2 million and up. So plenty to offer all kinds of people looking for a home in this gorgeous community. And speaking of gorgeous, the landscaping, the lakes, it is fantastic. If you love water, this is one of the best places that you can find because there are 162 acres of interconnected lakes that run throughout Ocotillo. It is absolutely fantastic. There are walking paths and trails that go around the lakes with some parks and things tucked in there with playgrounds. So this is a family-friendly community, of course. There is an elementary school, Jacobson Elementary, within the boundaries of the community. Bogle Junior High and Hamilton High School are also very close by, and they are all excellent schools. Another feature of Ocotillo is if you are a golfer, this is paradise because there is a beautiful 27-hole course that is right in the middle of the community. It's a great place to play 27 of the best holes that you're gonna find anywhere in the East Valley. Ocotillo almost feels like a town within itself because the place is so big, first of all, but secondly, there are businesses that are scattered throughout the community. You're gonna have multiple grocery stores, restaurants, shops, professional services. Everything you could ever need is right here at your fingertips. So with all of that available, the gorgeous landscaping, the beautiful homes, it's very easy to see why so many people love Ocotillo. Our next stop is right across the street from Ocotillo, and this is a gorgeous community. This is Fulton Ranch. If you're looking for luxury, this is probably your best bet. So this is the flagship of all the Fulton Homes communities. Now, Fulton builds homes all over the East Valley and even in the West Valley a little bit now. Places like Barney Farms, Cooley Station, they're gorgeous. However, this is the one that they absolutely poured every ounce of blood, sweat, and tears into, and it shows when you're here because this place is stunning. So the thing that I always notice first when I come here are the lakes. They are gorgeous and they run throughout the community. They have big waterfalls. They are absolutely beautiful. There's also lush, beautiful landscaping throughout here, big mature trees. They really did a nice job with it. That's not to mention all the walking paths that go throughout here, as well as parks and playgrounds dotted throughout the community. It's really, really special. In terms of the homes that are available, you can get some condos and townhomes in the 400,000 range. The smaller single family homes are gonna be in about the 600,000s, but the real eye-opener are these gorgeous $4 million estates that are right on the lake. They are absolutely amazing when you drive through here to see them. Those are, of course, in the gated section. There are sections of Fulton Ranch that are not gated, just depends on where you buy. But that's not to say that this place isn't family friendly. It 100% is. As I mentioned, there are a lot of parks and playgrounds throughout here, and there is an elementary school on site. Fulton Elementary is a great school. The kids will have a very easy time getting there because, again, it's right in the middle of the community. So families all over the place. You get a really wide variety of people here at Fulton Ranch, and that's one of the things I love about it. You get people from all walks of life, which is pretty cool. The location is also really good here at Fulton Ranch. You are just 10 minutes away from downtown Chandler and all that it has to offer. And of course, you're right near all the shopping in Ocotillo, and that's not even counting Fulton's own Fulton Promenade Shopping Center that has a ton of restaurants and professional services, all kinds of businesses in there. Again, everything you need is right here, and it's a super great location, close to everything else in the Phoenix Metro, and just amazed every time I come here. So if you want to feel like you live at a resort, have a luxury feel, you gotta come check out Fulton Ranch. Our next stop brings us to a place that's a little bit Chandler, but also a little bit Gilbert. That is because this community actually straddles the two. So this is the community of Layton Lakes. Now, I've done a lot of videos already on Gilbert, so for today, Layton Lakes is getting claimed by Chandler. And this is a really cool location. So it's nice because you get the best of both worlds. You get to enjoy all the best parts of Gilbert and Chandler right at your fingertips. Like most of the popular communities, this has a lot of amenities. So obviously you can see behind me, there is a great big lake and a couple of lakes actually that run throughout the community. They have walking paths, as most lake communities do, that go around them so that you can take in the beautiful views and the scenery. And usually there are some shaded ramadas and picnic areas. That is certainly the case here as well. This also has a really cool central park. So they don't have a community pool here, but what they do have is a really cool splash pad, and that's kind of a neat feature. It's a little bit of a twist because most of these homes are gonna have pools in the backyard anyway, so it's kind of a nice little change of pace that you can actually go use the splash pad since you already have access to a pool, most likely, in the house that you're living in. There's also a sand volleyball court over there. There's also a shaded picnic area, a dedicated birthday pavilion that you can rent out. There are playgrounds, there are tennis and volleyball courts. There are also baseball and soccer fields here in the community. So there's a ton of stuff to enjoy. And this is another place where the HOA is going to organize events and do things for you. So they have movies in the park, they have festivals throughout the year. They really do have a lot to offer the residents who live here. So Layton Lakes is a very desirable area for a lot of reasons. So the homes here are going to start in about the 500,000 range on the low end and go upwards towards about 800 to 900,000 on the high end and everywhere in between. So again, a good variety of houses, and again, another place that is very family friendly, as with most places in Gilbert Chandler. That is kind of what you would expect. So Layton Lakes is another very solid option for anybody looking to relocate to Chandler. So our final stop on our tour of the best neighborhoods in Chandler brings us to this place. This is the far southeast corner of Chandler. This is the community of Sun Groves. So this community was built out, again, kind of when Chandler was getting popular in the 90s and 2000s. and it was built out by 12 different builders. So you're gonna have a huge variety of homes in here, which is really great. A lot of these communities nowadays are built out by single builders, so they're all kind of the same floor plan, has a similar look. Not here. You're gonna get that great variety of homes, and it really makes it a nice look and feel to the community. In terms of amenities, Sungroves isn't overly heavy into that. So as you can see, there's a lake right here beside me. There are walking paths and trails that go throughout the community. There are 7 different parks that have playgrounds on them. There are picnic areas with ramadas and a few grassy areas where they host community events. So they're gonna do things like movies in the park, spring festival, you know, things of that nature that the HOA is putting on. So you do get that HOA involvement here in the community to get out and meet the neighbors if that's what you're looking for. No community pool here. However, that's probably because right across the street is the Mesquite Groves Aquatic Center. That's through the city of Chandler, and it is fantastic. It's got Olympic-sized swimming pools, so you can do your lap swimming over there, and it's got a full-on water park with a lazy river and water slides. It's a ton of fun, a great place to go. A lot of people like taking their kids there when it gets super hot. As with most of the other communities on this tour, there are some great options for education. So Navarrete Elementary School is right here in the middle of the community. It's just down the street. On the other side of the street is Basha High School. So again, plenty of education options for the kiddos. So whether you're looking for a beautiful lakefront home or maybe a $4 million estate, or if you're just happy with a nice community with some good amenities that's family friendly, I hope you've seen that Chandler has some really great options for pretty much everybody. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tour. If you value this content, please subscribe to the channel, give me a like. That certainly helps me out a ton. And if you're thinking about moving to this area, please reach out to me. All of my contact information down in the description below. Give me a call, send me a text, shoot me an email, or schedule that Zoom call. I'd be honored to help you. I also have a couple of great links down there. So I have my free Arizona relocation guide, as well as the Arizona Dream Home Questionnaire. That's gonna give me some really valuable feedback to help me give you a better recommendation as to what area might be the best fit for you. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it as always. I'll see you again soon on another community tour.